Today we are going to show you how to tint a windshield. We have this Toyota Corolla. I already have it prepped, ready to go. You want to use bounce dryer sheets. That has been my favorite. Lately people have been kind of picky with those, that they don't leave enough of this white powder on it. What I find is if you just spray it like this, and then you just kind of rub it together, it gets nice and sudsed up, and then you can get a nice kind of white coating on your windshield so it's ready to be shrunk. So we need to see how wide of a roll of film we need. This one is about 53 exactly. I want a couple inches extra, so I'm going to cut my film to 56. We have a 40-inch wide roll. So once our film is on, we'll do our H pattern. So it's kind of like putting a plus in the middle, and then you kind of go up the sides here. Main thing you're looking for is you have total coverage on all of your sides. My rule of thumb is I will never cut a side without checking all of them first. I have made the mistake where I'll think this is overlapped, so I'll start cutting over there to try and save time, and it just ends up biting you in the ass. Next step is your rough cut. So there's the black dot matrix up here. You want to make sure you're giving yourself probably at least an inch or so into the black dot matrix. Now I've been doing this a while, so I kind of know where the dot matrix is. It can be easier if you don't know where it is on the car to put a light inside the car. That way you can see the edge of the film and the dot matrix. So I shrunk that side kind of halfway down. Then I'm going to transition over here. The reason behind that is so you get more even shrink across the full windshield. A lot of the times if you just shrink one side completely, it'll kind of have like this weird U, and then by the time you try and shrink on this side, it'll be too like unevenly shrunk, and then you can run into problems that way too. So the more curved the windshield is, the more you kind of want to transition back and forth from each side shrinking. And as you can see, I'm just doing the exact same thing I did on the last side. Is I'm just kind of evenly heating the film, and I'm splitting those fingers, moving them back and forth to get a nice even shrink. You can see I shrunk to right here, so we can take our squeegee, kind of check our shrinking work, and push all those fingers down, and then we can keep going. For shrinking, I like a felt squeegee. It seems to run against the film the best. We're just going to finish the H pattern and make sure that it's doing well here. And then we always kind of push our fingers so they're going up and down. So you can see these going vertical up and down. And then basically what you'll do is you'll shrink the bottom of each finger. It's going to S up. It's going to kind of start looking like that. And then you can kind of push up to where you shrunk. Make sure that you do not shrink past, or you do not push your squeegee past where you have shrunk. So I've shrunk to right here, right? So I'm just going to push up to right there. If you do go past it, you're more than likely going to crease the film. That's where I see most novices end up creasing the film. And as you get to the top, the film can kind of get pinched in one area, like it's getting kind of sharp right there. A lot of the times when you get up to here, it'll end up like melting or creasing. So you can kind of run your finger through the film, and it basically pushes the film back and forth, allows you to get a more even shrink across the film. Alright, so we have the whole windshield shrunk to the curve of the windshield on your film. Now we're going to use our light, and basically we're going to put it behind the windshield here so we can see the edge and then get our nice cuts. You want to cut about 1/4 of an inch away from where the black dot matrix edge is, just so you don't have any light gaps on the inside. Now that the windshield is final cut to the size we want, we're going to put our dash mat inside the car here, just to protect all the electronics in their interior. Now we are going to clean the inside of the windshield. Spray scrub squeegee. One thing that you want to do after you're done cleaning is wipe up all the plastics and everything around the edges of the film and around the mirror. All those are going to hold dust, so you want to clean all of that off because your film will inevitably touch it. So once we clean the inside, I sprayed a bunch of water in there so it's prepped and ready for us. Now I'm going to peel back my release liner, and I'm going to make sure that we get this side nice and wet. Bring my release liner back. Make sure the side that's supposed to touch the film doesn't get folded over and touch other things. You're going to bring contamination back into it. Once the release liner is wet under the film, this is called the roll-on method. So you just want to roll it on nice and tight. So we got our rolled up film. I'm going to pull the release liner back a little bit, just on this edge. Alright, so once we have our film unrolled on here, we want to make sure it's as flat as possible and just check around all of our edges. Make sure that there's no light gaps, so if it has to be scooted one way or the other. We look good. So once that's good, I'm going to spray a little bit of water on here. What that's going to do is it's going to lubricate my squeegee. We're going to tack the center, and then we're going to work our way out. Kind of work your way from the center out and then up and down at the same time. These big bubbles here, you kind of want to gently push them to the side. You don't want to like 45 across them like that, or you can leave a crease. So you kind of want to go up and down with them and just slowly bring them over. And that's how you tint a windshield. We're just finishing it up by cleaning off the outside, and then we will wipe everything down on the inside and get it ready for the customer.